I had a load of really nice spinach and greens in the fridge and a few pretty broad ideas about how I could use them up. At this point, I was relatively sure that I'd be making a big pasta sauce that I could use throughout the week as there were so many leaves. I got nice butter into a pan, grated in garlic as I didn't have much of it and grating makes the flavour stronger, allowed it to cook out a little in the foaming fat, washed the leaves and got them in. Once the leaves had darkened and wilted, I realised I might not have enough to make a sauce worth keeping, so I switched to another pie-based plan that I was forming in my head. I tipped the spinach onto my board, sprinkled over plenty of panko to absorb any moisture as it would now need to bake in the oven later. I grated over lemon zest for a kick of fragrance, grabbed some nutmeg and repeated. These flavours pair really nicely with leafy greens, so I felt like it was a bit of a no-brainer. To season, I added salt and pepper, then grated over cheddar to inject a little creaminess and lactic acidity into the filling. The body, and to hold everything together, I added an egg, had a little think, then added another egg, for more of a quiche filling vibe. I chopped and mixed everything together on the board. Sometimes I mix like this if I want to form a cohesive mix. It's a really nice way to control things at your own pace as opposed to the pace of a food processor. I grabbed some phyllo from the fridge, laid out a few sheets, oiling as I went, then sprinkled over toasted sesame seeds. I sprinkled them over here because I knew they would burn as they were already toasted if sprinkled over the pie later. To fill the pie, I made a semi-neat line of filling down the pastry, then rolled it up and wrapped it carefully into a spiral. Because the pastry was a little older than I might have liked, it cracked a little here and there, so I did a bit of pastry surgery on it and hoped for the best. Once on a tray, I drizzled over more oil, sprinkled with salt and got it into bake. While the pie cooked, I had some time to think about what to serve it with. I grabbed a few complementary flavours and textures, then got to work. My thinking here was that I could make a chorizo dressing with finely diced and rendered chorizo, so I got the meat into a pan. It was while seeing the chorizo fry that I realised I could make a glaze for the pie to kind of take away from any cosmetic issues I might encounter later down the line. My flavour reference here was something similar to a hot honey pizza. I added some sesame seeds and honey to the chorizo once it had rendered down and crisped up, then cooked them together to take the sweet edge off the honey. To counter all the sweet fattiness, I chopped up a slightly parsnip cucumber, seasoned with salt and plenty of lemon juice, before setting it aside, chopping up a load of fragrant herbs, tipping off the moisture from the cucumber and mixing everything together with a splash of really nice olive oil. Once the pie was ready, I got it onto a board, drizzled over loads of the smoky, spicy honey, then cut a nice slice to reveal a dreamy cross-section. I got the pie onto a plate, added the salad, drizzled over more honey and got stuck in. It was sharp, sweet, crispy and soggy, all in equal balanced measure, and I was super made up.